What's up, everybody? Ah, man, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say, but the stock market is definitely, you know, pumping people up, man. It's definitely pumping me up, giving me a pump right now, man. Look at this. All-time highs once again, man. I didn't even know how to start today, but I am definitely excited, man. Oh, let me know there in the chat. Let me know there in the chat. Any of you guys, I know Fast Eddie gotta be. Let me see who was here first. Let me see. There's a whole bunch of comments here. Ooh, Casey was first today. Let's go. But I know Fast Eddie gotta be pumped, man. Palantir right there. Man, man. I see it. I see the comment right there. Ooh, man. Our portfolios are doing great, man. Let's go. Let's go, man. Yeah. I had to do it. I had to do it, man. I had to do it. I'm very excited. 43,898, man. So close to 44K, man. So close, man. I'm definitely pumped, man. You guys gotta let me know there in the chat. How's your portfolio doing? What's your best performing stock today? Let me know there in the chat because we're about to continue growing our portfolios one cup of coffee at a time. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I had to do a double take once again, M. You know, that Colombian coffee tastes really good, man. And I'm getting the hang of it. What's going on? Good morning from KC, the first one here. Morning, KC, from Anders. Palantir. Fast Eddie right there, man. How's your gains, Fast Eddie? How are your gains, man? All right, let me see. I have to run a security conversion at 8. Gonna be close. No worries, Anders. Let me see. Anders, tell them you got better things to do. Pretty soon, Anders is gonna be able to join whenever he retires pretty soon. Well, I am being nice to my other DBA so she can go to her pickleball match. Oh, got it. So covering. That's awesome. Wait, Jay, that's a Delta blowing up, not a SpaceX. Yeah, so I try, man. I try to do a SpaceX ship, Anders with AI, and as I was doing other things, so I saw that one popped up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave that one. So, but do you guys like the thumbnail? Let me know there in the chat. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool, man. But let me know. Do you guys like the thumbnail? I thought it was pretty cool, man. I'm definitely getting more and more comfortable using that AI, man. Definitely helping, but man, let's go. You guys were chatting, man, for like, what was it, like 30 minutes already? Since 7:50, 7:40. Yeah, man, you guys were chatting here. I should have just turned on the live and let you guys chat while I was finishing taking a shower. Fast Eddie, is that a Big Mac or a quarter pounder with cheese in Jay's hand? I like the quarter pounder with cheese. Yes. Big Mac, I like it, but I'd rather the quarter pounder. Big Mac or double quarter pounder. Yeah, man. You know it. And guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up as soon as you guys join the chat. And we're gonna take a look at SpaceX earnings. I want to take a look at McDonald's earnings. I'm kind of curious about it. We'll probably do it towards the end of the stream, but I kind of want to take a look at McDonald's. Any of you guys have been adding McDonald's as of lately? We have gone through it a couple times. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not mistaken it with like another one or confusing it with another stock, I thought it was trading at the lows in multiples in the past 5 years. So, we'll take a look in a little bit, but I thought it was. And then AMD also as well. We got to take a look at AMD. I think, was it you, Fast Eddie, that sold AMD? Or was it somebody else? Let me see. And was it a good time? I think it was. So I did something crazy. Started a small position in IWMI. Instead of me looking up with IWMI is tell me what it is. Neos Russell 2000 high income. Oh, it's a cover call ETF. That one. Okay, got it, got it. We should take a look at it in a little bit. Just a small $1,500 or set to be 2% of my dividend portfolio. See how it works out. Not bad. 2%. I don't understand calls and puts, so I stay away from them. Yeah, I don't understand them as well. I'm still, I still got to learn from it. But man, I'm just going through the chat you guys were having before. Like, man, well, that is what I pay them to do for me instead of doing it myself. Part of getting ready to retire. Nice. Same reason I stay away from crypto. It's okay to not understand something, but don't spend money on something you don't understand. I agree with you 100%. So let me get this straight. It's a fund that does calls and puts, and you're just long for the ride. Yeah, basically, and get paid. I agree on not investing in something you don't understand, but 47% of my entire investment is in my target date fund 401k. That can be a bit more adventurous. Okay, upgrade done. Nice, Anders. Fast steady right there. Clapping Alta migration of just a few thousand users. I think Jay needs a haircut. Yes, I do. Look at this. J-pop is not there anymore. You know, it's not there. It's not there. My taper is not there anymore. I gotta go get a haircut this weekend. And that is clearly a Five Guys French fries. No, I told AI to do McDonald's French fries. I honestly didn't take a look at it. Are you sure? I thought it was McDonald's. My wife knew what kind of security migration that was. She said, "Good for you getting it done early." Oh, that's cool, man. That is so cool. The one thing I don't like about Five Guys French fries is like mine crispy and their fries don't travel well. Yeah, and they're so expensive. Oh, we have moved up about 600k users already. This is just a cleanup. Oh, wow. So what's up, man? That was a whole chat you guys were having before the live stream started. Hey, what's going on right there, man? What's up, RM? Let's go, man. How's your portfolio, man? Let me know. What was your best performing stock? You guys got to tell me. Hit the thumbs up. Tell me there in the chat, and anybody. I think that there's more people that actually watch the stream. Don't say any, just say hi, just say a quick hi in the stream, so we know. But yeah, Isra, hi guys. M, good evening from M. Let's go. Red, let's go. Red, what's going on, man? That was good. Went out yesterday. Good time. Man, that's awesome. Let me see. Links. I'm at all-time highs. Let's go, man. I love it. I love it when the community is at all-time highs. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Pretty much green across the board except for realty income. Yeah, but that dividend income is gonna continue to drop into the portfolio. He used Grok to create it, didn't he? Yes. That's probably why I didn't differentiate the McDonald's with the Five Guys fries. Good evening from Kevin. What's going on, Kevin? Thumbnail was nice from Links. Thank you so much. Peak euphoria. Massive correction has to be coming any year now. Yeah. I know you might say, that there might be a massive correction, but I think, I think we're going to have a correction eventually later this year. I don't think it's going to be that massive because a lot of the companies still have some good earnings, some solid earnings. I know some of the money will flow out of, assets like stocks, in the near future out of some stocks. But and going to other investments, I wonder where the next cycle or the next what was the word that I'm looking for? And I know you guys know what I'm trying to say. the next rotation is gonna go into of money. What's up, y'all from Looney? What's going on, Looney? It's Danny. Hey, everyone. Can you look at cat earnings briefly? Yes, we can take a look at it. Thumbnail is super cool, Jay. Yeah, thank you. It was actually Anders gave me the idea. And then I just added the McDonald's. So it was kind of like an idea from Anders and myself, both together right there with the thumbnail. Um, W earnings for Main Street Capital. Ooh, I gotta take a look at those, man. Yes, sold AMD. Yeah, you sold it, and I think you sold it at a good time too. I'm up 3% of both of my portfolios today. Let's go, man. 3%? That's meaningful, man. Just on a day. Wow. That's why it wouldn't do a SpaceX blowing up. That's probably why. Yeah, that's probably why. That was your idea. Your idea was the spaceship blowing up. My idea was the McDonald's. So yeah. You see, I listen to you guys. RM up crazy on Microsoft, Intuit, ADP. ADP is a good company. Google, Domino's. I like Domino's as well. This week, learning that patience is key. That's all it is. That's all it is, RM. I'm trying to show you guys that I'm not a financial advisor, of course. I'm just a 7:30 to 5 type of guy. Just put in some money little by little. I don't sell all the time, as you guys can see. I just buy and hold, and I have some great gains so far. Just doing that. In Microsoft, I trust. I'm heavy in Microsoft, and they are on a run. Man, I was actually surprised that some people sold Microsoft yesterday. I don't know. I think I will, not financial advice, of course, but I think I will hold a little bit longer. Microsoft has such a great balance sheet. Financials are looking good. They're looking strong. Like, I didn't see anything wrong. In Microsoft is not cyclical, like memory stocks that might be cyclical and maybe in like a year or maybe less, I don't know, more or less a year might start, slowing down a little bit. Like Microsoft is in many companies in the US at least, So I don't know. I look like Microsoft long term. Buying McDonald's under $270. We're not in the food business, we're in the real estate business. That's the mentality, RM. That quote sold me on McDonald's long term. Yes. McDonald's is actually, McDonald's with Caterpillar and Waste Management and Costco. Those 4 companies, I wish I would have bought them when I first started my portfolio, honestly. Could I buy them now? Yes, but I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind later on and rebalance my portfolio somehow. But those are 4 companies that I would have liked to hold, or own for the long term. And guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. 20 something people here in the chat. And before we go into SpaceX earnings, man, my portfolio, 43,898 to anybody that joined, man. I'm pumped, man. I am excited right now. Year-to-date returns jumped to 13.1% so far. Man, I am excited, man. Already in the month of August, I'm up 1.4% so far. So over $600 right there. In the past year, I am up 23.3%. And then S&P all-time highs also as well. I cannot wait until I see my retirement accounts this weekend. I gotta update my spreadsheet there. Oh my God. I cannot wait. But I do have, let's just go through. Hold on. I was taking a look at DRAM. How's DRAM doing? Down 1%, 9% in the past month. But let's take a quick look at SpaceX, which is trending at the very top. And it's actually down 7.4%, as you guys can see here, after hours. So it is down since inception, right? Since IPO, I mean. It is down 7.1%. It's going to be down slightly more And if we go right here into with Grok, of course, to see, hopefully Grok didn't go ahead and say, hey, look, let me just, change a few things here so, it doesn't look that bad. But our revenue, $7.81 billion. We all knew that. We all knew it only makes around that much. Up 92% year over year, from $4.7 billion, 4.07, and up 66% from Q1's 4.69 billion. This beat consensus estimates of roughly 6.8 to 6.93 billion, by about 0.9 to $1 billion. Okay. EPS, GAAP loss of 9 cents per share, beating estimates of negative 23 to 26 cents. Oh, okay, so they got positive there. Net loss, 541 million, improved from 467 million. Adjusted EBITDA, $3.5 billion, up 191% year over year from 1.2 billion, and more than triple Q1. Wow. Wow. Operating loss narrowed 143 million from 970 million dollars. Cash and investments, they have $100 billion, boosted by IPO proceeds of 85.7 billion net and a 25 billion bond offering. Wow, so they have $100 billion in cash. Backlog, $47.5 billion. Okay. So that's a good sign on backlog right there. CapEx spend, $18.3 billion. So they are spending in AI, 15.8 billion in AI. Wow. So they are investing. Segment breakdown, connectivity, Starlink revenue, $4.29 billion, up 66% year over year, 32% quarter over quarter. Operating income, 1.66 billion, up 79% year over year. Starlink subscribers reach 12 million. Any of you guys are subscribed to Starlink? I'm kind of curious about that, honestly. Let me see. AI revenue, $2.56 billion, up 247% year over year. I know Grok is very, very, very popular out there. Operating loss in AI revenue, 1.26 billion, improved versus Q1. Positive adjusted EBITDA of 1.1 billion, driven by new cloud infrastructure agreements. In who are in so cloud infrastructure? So I wonder who they're gonna use to build that. Space launches Starship. Revenue 962 million, up 29%. Operating loss 542 million, 78 launches, and 1,041 metric tons to orbit in H1. Okay. Positive broad-based acceleration and beats across all segments. Okay, connectivity, profitability, and scale. Starlink subscribers double. Wow, enterprise government momentum. Also as well, $6+ billion in multi-year U.S. government contracts. Also, that's good. That's a good positive. AI ramp major cloud services agreements, $14 billion contracted sales, sequential revenue more than triple, with improving unit economics. Operational progress, 2 successful Starship V3 flight tests. Okay. Balance sheet strength, supporting continued investments, announced $60 billion Cursor acquisition to boost AI enterprise tools. Expected Q3 close. That's for the Grok 4.5 release. Oh, wow. I honestly like Grok. I really do. I've been using it more and more. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been using Grok more and more, honestly. Vertical integration highlighted. Let me see the negatives. Continue overall net and operating losses. They just have a business that they need cash. They need to spend cash. Very high capex, also 18.4 billion. But if it continues to expand their AI and Starlink, business, this is a good sign. Actually, I don't mind the capex spend. If they're gonna continue to expand the way they have been. Stock reaction rose, so it was down 9% in the regular trading. Okay, ARPU decline in Starlink versus prior year. Ad revenue soft in the AI segment. Let me see this right here. Guidance on track, 100 billion annualized recurring revenue. Okay, Starlink V3 cap expected to remain elevated, similar in the near term. Okay, so they're going to continue to spend in capex, which I think as long as they continue to grow the subscribers with their AI, Starlink also, like as long as they continue, I think that's good, right? As long as they continue to earn revenue from their AI segment. Longer term ambition, path to $1 trillion in annual revenue accelerated to 2030. So by 2030, they should be hitting $1 trillion in annual revenue, prior from 2031, with a non-zero chance of 2029. So they're aiming at hitting $1 trillion in annual revenue by 2030. So in a couple of years. Continue heavy investment in Starship. Oh, hold on. What is this? Compute capacity targeted GW by end of 2026 and closer to 10 GW by end of 2027 using NVIDIA chips. Look at this, exclusively for AI build out. Orbital compute initiatives with NVIDIA. Oh, wow. So I'm guessing they're partnering with NVIDIA? That's good. I don't really look into SpaceX like that, so this is surprising to me. First time I hear about this. Continue heavy investment in Starship, a full rapid Starlink expansion, including mobile standalone service targeted by end of 2027. Oh, okay, so they're gonna also expand Starlink to mobile standalone in AI. Okay, so this looks good. And they're gonna be partnering with NVIDIA on that, on the AI build out. What do you guys think? I like the positives. Do I still think it's overvalued? Yes, I think so. I haven't really looked into um the stats, and I haven't checked the trailing PE, forward PE, but under $100 it starts getting interesting. Let's see what happens in the next couple of days whenever they release the shares, the investors. I think there's going to be a lot of volatility. I would just wait. I think it's Thursday, right, guys? Thursday is when investors are able to start selling their shares and moving around their shares. So there's going to be a lot of volatility when that starts happening. So, but so far, I like it to keep an eye on, though. Not to, I wouldn't, Price target, they still have it at 77% upside from here, $223. I think I would just wait a little bit more. I might be too bearish, but yeah. With the last 2 days, my net worth is up about 70% of what I needed for a year in Cambodia. Wow, for the last 30 days. Wow, Anders, that's awesome. Palantir Roth up 1.34%. Let me see. Brokerage up 4%. Wow. IRA up 1.34%. Nice. Fast steady. Nice, man. So I take it. SpaceX results were not good, huh? Yeah, so they were okay. I don't think we know that it is overvalued right now, right? We cannot hide it. We can't say, hey, look, SpaceX is fair valued or anything like that, anywhere near close to fair value. It is definitely overvalued from what we see right now, from the numbers that we see right now. Will it become, I do believe in Starlink. I do believe in their AI business also as well, because I've been getting more and more comfortable using Grok, actually. Do I like Gemini? Yes, I like Gemini. I like YouTube and everything, but SpaceX, I don't know. So far, I don't know. Looks interesting. Their businesses look interesting. Let's see if the revenue continues to grow. Palantir is up like a duck. Let me see. Palantir Technologies. It was up 29.4% in the day, man. Your guys' portfolios are like up, man. Even though, look, the P ratio is at 107, forward PE at a 66. Some future is already priced in, honestly, Um, could it dip again? Yes, it can. Does it have a bright future? I think so. From what I see so far in Palantir, you see the revenue growth and the net income growth. You can see the chart right here in your screen. Trailing 12 months is a $6.1 billion in revenue and $3 billion in net income. That is definitely growing very well. Operating income, look at this, $2.63 billion in the trailing 12 months. So government, you can see it's growing very well as long as they keep good connections, or a good relationship with the government, and this continues to grow the revenue with the government. The company has a bright future for sure. $3.21 billion in the trailing 12 months. And then look at the commercial, also doesn't stay behind, $2.9 billion in the trailing 12 months again. So company looks solid. I believe it also had like a bunch of cash flow. The margins are good, over 40% in profit margin. Free cash flow is at $3.3 billion, and then debt was $200 million. So they can pay off the debt today if they want to. So Palantir looks solid. Does it have some future priced in? I think so. Maybe a very nice pullback if there is a correction, like X mentioned there in the chat earlier. You know, like this. What X mentioned there. Yeah, I think maybe I should start calling you Barnes, right? Should I start calling you Barnes, or should I call you X? It just, when you first started it, commenting, it was X. So, but should I call you Barnes? Let me know there in the chat. Let me see. All right, they are about the size of Meta. How much did Meta do in EBITDA last year? I know Meta is spending a lot on CapEx as well. Let me see if I have their EBITDA right here. Let me see. Where is it? Give me 1 second, guys. Their total debt is $112 billion. They just have a lot of debt, but they do earn a lot in free cash flow. They're just been spending. They're $40 billion. Yeah, they do hold a lot more debt than cash right now. Which I'm okay. I still believe in Meta long term. I still do. SpaceX and Nvidia partnership for chips. Yeah, I just noticed that. Honestly, I didn't see that before, Red. From post or anything like that. I honestly, I didn't. Maybe I missed it by any chance, but I didn't even see it on X. I have the Starlink Mini on the standby plan. Oh, nice. Let me know how it works. Any chance you look into Pepsi, Jay? Love the company and their dividend, but their debt and PO ratio is a little concerning. Yeah, we can definitely take a look. We were gonna take a look at McDonald's and AMD earnings, but we can take a quick look at this one, Pepsi. Got time. We still got time. Not going to sleep just yet. It's still 8:45. So it's at 130 something dollars, 139. Let me see. Year to date is down 3%. Okay. From the highs. Wow. 160 something. Last year is flat, 0.13%. Past 5 years is down 11%. Okay. So dividend yield right now. Wow. 4.2% dividend yield. Wow. Price target is $155 and 11% upside from here. Trailing PE is at a 18, forward PE at a 15.9. Dividends. Let me see the dividend stats. 4.5% dividend growth. Payout ratio is at 77.5%. So that still looks good. It's creeping up a little bit, but that is still good. Growth 54 years. Wow. Yeah, because the share price has had a pullback, or it hasn't been, um, it hasn't been going, or it hasn't had any upside as of lately. That's why, you know, the dividend yield is nice and high at 4.1%. Dividend growth is mature company. You're not gonna see like double digit percentage dividend growth unless their businesses growth. They are very well diversified, and you see it right here. Look at the growth in the net income and the revenue. It's pretty steady. Low growth, 91 billion, 91 and a half to 91.9. And then right now in the trailing 12 months is at $96.9 billion in revenue. Net income is at $10.45 billion. Operating income also has grown in the trailing 12 months to 14.3 billion. So that's good. That's a good sign right there. Net income also, yeah, has been growing. Let me see. Earnings per share also nice, $7.63. Let me see their business. PepsiCo Foods in North America. So I'm not a Pepsi fan, myself, but I know a lot of people like Pepsi. I think Fast Eddie has no choice but have Pepsi, if I'm not mistaken. But let me see. Beverages. That was the food. The food segment is slightly going down, slightly losing some sales. I know their stuff is getting very expensive. Their beverages, it is going up, which is a good sign. It's at 29.1 billion in the trailing 12 months, but it's just growing very slow growth. International beverages also. This one is growing slightly faster. Yeah, slightly faster. It's a $5.2 billion. Let me see the Europe. Oh wow, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Wow, their products are growing very well. Latin American foods is also at 11.2 billion. Asia growth. Yeah, so the growth is really not here. Look at this. The foods is going down. The beverages is slightly going up. I think it's just because there's so much more competition. You have Coca-Cola, you have Celsius, you have because right now, if you see a lot of the younger generation, right, they are mostly doing what is it, energy drinks right now. So I don't know which one do they have, which energy drinks do they have, but I know Celsius is taking some market share of that. You know, the more than some of those companies take market share, the less people spend in Pepsi products. And I know a lot of people do more Coca-Cola products. Debt, $53.2 billion. What are they spending their debt on? Let me see. Yeah, $4.7 billion in capex spend. Let me see. Free cash flow is at 9.2 billion. Okay. So, yeah. The only thing is that they pay a lot in dividends. So if they can, I think what they're doing right now, RM, is just slowing down. That's why you see the dividend growth being very small, like 4%. What I'm assuming is that they're probably slowing or lowering the dividend growth so they can pay off the debt. That's what I'm assuming right now, at least. That should definitely help with paying some of the debt, because they do have a lot of debt. They do have $53.2 billion in debt. Their profit margin is at 10%. Yeah. Operating margin 14%. Yeah. Do I think Pepsi long term is gonna be? Yeah, it's in the past 5 years is the lowest PE. It's at the lowest PE right now, currently at 18 forward PE. Because remember, their financials are still growing, so they're growing slowly, but they're still growing. So that's also gonna bring the PE, because the share price has been flat pretty much in the past 5 years. I think it was hasn't really moved much. Um, long-term Pepsi products to go away from the world. You can see that it's an international company as well. I don't think so. I think Pepsi is still gonna be a strong brand together with Coca-Cola. Um, I like Coca-Cola better myself personally. Not financial advice, you know. But Pepsi's still not a bad brand. I think, I think it's a good brand as well. Hey everyone, bought one MLPI last night. Let's go, KC. Rumor I heard is Tesla is shutting down their China factories to be able to merge SpaceX into Tesla. That's what I'm also seeing, Looney. I'm also seeing that, which it makes sense. It makes sense that SpaceX will join Tesla or will buy out Tesla and and they just have it all in one company. Because remember, Elon Musk has the highest, what is it? He has like 50 something percent ownership in SpaceX, right? I think it is. So he has majority of the votes. So whatever he says is done, regardless. So if he goes ahead and invests and buys Tesla out with SpaceX, that means he gets to decide what is done in Tesla as well. So, and I'm gonna be honest, those two companies are Elon Musk, you know. Even Tesla is very overvalued, but Elon Musk is a very smart man. I'll tell you that, and could he make these companies, be the top companies or one of the top companies in the US? For sure. He can definitely make them. I see more and more people buying Teslas. I'm even considering buying a Tesla for some reason. Fast 30 sent me a link of a Tesla video yesterday, and I was looking at it, and they do look good. They're comfortable to drive and everything. So very low maintenance as well. So I see more and more people driving Teslas, around me, especially. So yeah, yeah. I think I guess that would be good, right? Account was up 1%. Nice, man. Think Musk debunked that. Would you hold SpaceX in the future, Jay and Anders? I'm considering. I'm considering, Danny, but at the right price. If I have the cash, let me just think. If I have the cash, right, to build a nice position and the share price goes to like a nice fair value, I would definitely consider owning Tesla, SpaceX. Especially with the news that they will own Tesla. I would like, if I own SpaceX, is because they also own Tesla. Like I want both of them in the same company. He very well could have. I don't follow Tesla SpaceX super closely. Probably not. Might pick up a bit. Let me see. But if they go up, a large VTI position will pick up the gains. Nice. X is fine. Close to my gamer tag. Haha, nice. Okay, all right. I keep on calling you X. You're looking at all our tax dollars at work. Palantir. Yeah. That's what I was looking at in those government contracts. Yeah. All these well, the good thing, Fast Eddie, right? We got to look at it this way. Any Palantir investors, you're getting your own taxes back, in gains. So that is pretty good, actually. Whatever you're paying is kind of like, I guess, getting invested, and you're gonna get it in returns. So it's a win-win situation, Fast Eddie. The way I see it, all this fraud being exposed in our tax dollars. Good evening, future millionaires. Let's go, Beho. I like the entry. I like the entry. Good evening, future millionaires. Sometimes I do think that way. Sometimes, like, I have that in my mind, and I don't know why I'm like feeling much more motivated, much more positive, much more like I'm really thinking future. That I'm hoping I'll become even more and more successful, honestly. And I don't know, there's something that in my mind that continues to give me like that positiveness, of Jay, you're gonna make it. Jay, you're gonna make it. And I have that mentality, and I have been having it for the past couple of weeks. And it has just been such a great feeling, keeping me very positive and focused on everything that I have to do. That I'm trying to also, give that energy out there as well. You know what I mean? And I don't know, but I've been feeling like that, B-hole, as of lately, man. I really appreciate that. Fast Eddie, when I drink Coca-Cola, I feel it halfway with Coke and halfway Pepsi. As you can tell, I'm an independent. Oh man. If you're looking at earnings, would you add Visa, WM, and ADP to the list? I will try my best. If I can squeeze it in before 10, I will. RM. I'm gonna take a look at. I want to take a look at AMD though, and McDonald's also as well. Unless you guys don't want to do McDonald's, I wouldn't mind not doing McDonald's. But I think McDonald's is a nice opportunity though. All right, so that's SpaceX. Let me do AMD real quick, and I want to take a look at the share price. All right, while this is running, while this is thinking. Hello, Beho, Phil, nice. Celsius does earnings 8-6. Yeah, so in like 2 days. Nice. Let me take a look at AMD right here real quick. And guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Anybody that is joining in, almost 30 people here in the chat. Almost 30 people and under 20 likes, man. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Let me take a look at AMD. Let me see. Oh, wow. So AMD is actually down 8.8% after earnings. I'm assuming that this was not good earnings. AMD executives say the chip company has a key advantage over Nvidia, being more open. AMD reported record sales on growing AI demand. The stock is falling anyways. Yeah, let's take a look at the AMD earnings. So we could have the boring space company. Yeah, and I wouldn't mind owning it if it's at the right price and they buy Tesla. Buy a Toyota Grand Highlander with the 2.5 liter hybrid, not the 2.4 turbo hybrid. Oh, that's a very good point, Fast Eddie. You know what I'm gonna do, Fast Eddie? Whenever I am going to shop for the car, I am definitely gonna bring it to chat. We're gonna go through it. I'm gonna be here with you guys. And then I'll tell you my options, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, what I am thinking is, I'm still thinking I might not. I have about, gosh, how much was it that I have? I have it there. But I'm getting closer and closer to like a Sony camera, which is under $1,000. I think it's like 800 something dollars. When I saw it at Best Buy, one of the ones that I saw that I thought it was pretty good. I'm thinking about spending less and doing a webcam. So I'm still thinking about it. I still gotta watch a couple of YouTube videos. That is my thing this week, because I want to buy a new camera, and hopefully for next week I can have a new camera. Hopefully. If not, then I'll probably have to wait a little bit more. But I'm gonna see. And I want to buy a new camera. If I buy a webcam, which I've been looking at one that I kind of like. If I do buy just the webcam, and then maybe later on I'll buy the Sony camera, in the future, I'm gonna have enough money to buy me a new mic. So that's why I'm thinking about, do I buy a Sony camera, or for less of the Sony camera, I could buy me a solid webcam, which is like $300, I think it is. And then also look for a mic. I don't know, and then also get a mic, because I'll have enough money to buy me a mic as well. So I'm still thinking about that. John Gamer, what's going on, John? Tell me, bro, this market is a mess. Yes. A lot of gains, though. A lot of gains, John. I'm enjoying it, John. I am enjoying it. I am at all-time highs right now. My portfolio. I closed the screen from Fidelity, but man, I am enjoying it. Let me take a look at AMD. Let's take a look at AMD earnings call real quick. Who here? Let me know there in the chat. Who here is an AMD shareholder? And it's down 8% in the past in the after hours. So let's take a quick look. Let me see. Um with record revenue, okay. Let me see the revenue. $11.5 billion record, up 50% year over year. Wow. From $7.69 billion. So he actually, wow, that was a beat. And up 13% sequentially from $10.2 billion. Wow. Beat estimates of 11.28 to 11.35. That was the estimates right there. And it was a beat. The top beat, GAAP EPS at $1.38, so up 156% year over year from 54 cents. Wow. Non-GAAP EPS at $1.66, up 246%. Wow. Year over year. Beating estimates of $1.60. So that was good. GAAP gross margin 54%. Wow, nice gross margin. Up 14 percentage points year over year from 40%, which included prior year inventory. Non-GAAP gross margin 56%, up significantly. Wow. Those are some very good margins though. Operating income is at $2 billion, 17% margin in operation. Oh wow, operating margin. Non-GAAP 3.1 billion. GAAP net income $2.3 billion. That's up 163%. These are some great numbers right here. Like, I don't know why the stock is down. Cash equivalent $13.1 billion. Okay. And short-term investments. Prior year Q2 included $800 million in inventory charges tied to U.S. export controls on certain Instex GPUs. Okay. Data center, $6.7 billion, 58% of total revenue, up 107% year over year, driven by strong demand for EPYC CPUs and Instinct GPUs. Cloud and enterprise server sales each rose 70% year over year. Wow. Client and gaming, $3.8 billion, up 6% year over year. 3.1 billion, up 23% year over year in gaming. Wow, that's good. So gaming is also growing very well. Embedded $977 million. Okay. Positives, record revenue, profitability, and strong operating leverage. Data center more than double and now dominates the mix. So that is nice right there. Significant margin expansion from product mix, higher data center, momentum AI accelerations. Okay. Product and partnership progress. Launch of Helios, rack scale AI system, ramping in Q4. Customers include Anthropic. Anthropic is the one that I want to keep an eye on as an IPO this year. That is the one that I'm looking forward to, honestly. Meta, Microsoft, OpenAI, Oracle, etc. MI400, MI350 series GPU, 6th gen. Oh, wow. Partnership Anthropic for up to 2 gigawatts, right? Of MI450's GPUs, Microsoft also as well. Wow. That's a lot of partnerships right there. Gaming segment weakness. Also, it grew, but I guess it's weakening right now. Semi-custom decline as console cycle matures. Stock reaction declined 7.7 to 9% after hours. Rising CapEx. $808 million in the quarter, up sharply. So they are spending in CapEx. Well, honestly, these companies gotta expand, no? Like as long as the CapEx spend is for the demand and it's gonna help fill that demand, then it's okay. Ongoing competitive intensity in AI versus Nvidia and potential PC market softens in H2. Let me see the guidance. Q3 revenue approximately 13 billion. Midpoint implies a 41% year over year growth and 13% sequential growth. Non-GAAP gross margin expected at 56%. Data center sales expected to accelerate in half two of 2026. Wow. So it looks like AMD is going to continue its growth with, according to their future guidance. So this sell-off might be an opportunity from what I'm seeing right here. What do you guys think? Let me know there in the chat. This downside right here might become an opportunity pretty soon. Hey, what's going on, Tim? Good evening, everyone. Let's go, Tim. Hi, Tim. Good to see you. Fast Eddie. Hello, Canuck. Nice. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys see this as an opportunity? Or do you guys see this as that's it? AMD is not going to $1,000 like um many investors and analysts are saying that is gonna go to, because that's the high in the next 12 months. Look at this, 1,250. Is it gonna be $1,000 stock in the next 12 months? Hello, cult leader. But yeah, this is that is the one. Then let me see, which ones did you guys wanted to take a look at? Earnings. Would you add Visa, WM, and ADP to the list? Did they just announce earnings? When was it? I think Visa announced them last week, right? And I don't think we took a look at Visa. Hold on. Visa, yeah, Visa was last week on Tuesday. Did we take a look at Visa? I don't think we did, right? Or did we? I know we took a look at Meta. We took a look at SoFi. If it gets back to 104, I'll buy again. Wow, $104. I don't know if it's gonna go down there though. AMD. But yeah, we could take a look at those. Let me see which other companies also. So it was AMD. Hold on, just refresh it real quick. Arista Networks, AMD, Novo Nordisk, Zeta, ZETA. I think that one of you guys invest in Zeta. A-Lab. That's another one, Astera Labs. Wow. Had a earnings per share beat of 25%. Wow. And revenue beat of 8.9%. The stock is down 1% in the after hours, it looks like. Let me see that Zeta. It's down 5% in the day. After hours, I mean. Had an earnings per share, wow, miss of 80%. I don't think we did. Okay, all right. Let me do that. Let me do Visa real quick. Visa should be Visa stock. All right. While that is thinking, Zeta was down 5%. For Nordisk, Caterpillar, McDonald's. Where was McDonald's today? Let me see. McDonald's Corporation is it was up 1.1% in the day. Still trading at a 21 PE, 19 forward PE, 2.77 dividend yield. The payout ratio is only 61%, so it looks very attractive right there. The dividend, 5% dividend growth. They have grown their dividend 51 years. Financials. Let me see. You see, like their franchise restaurants is more than their company operated. That's where most of the revenue comes from. So they don't even own, or they don't even run their businesses. Many of the businesses, look at this, $17 billion in franchise restaurants. All they do is charge rent. That's all they do. Company operated, look at this, 9.94 billion. Let me see, total debt 54 billion, free cash flow 7 billion. Very nice margins. Look at this, 31% margin on burgers, even though most of it is rent. 46% operating margin. Those are some very good margins, man. I'll tell you that. In the past 5 years, look at the PE ratio. If we just go by this, trailing PE is at a 21.8. So it's the lowest in the past 5 years. The forward PE is at a 19.8 as well. So I think McDonald's is it has to be at least fair value. Could it go lower? Yes, it can definitely go lower. Um, but I like it at these levels, DCA strategy, you know. Do you guys think McDonald's is gonna like McDonald's is just so international already, like it's all over the place. That I just see it as a strong, blue chip company still, very strong business. I know the growth is not exciting, like an Nvidia, like an AMD, anything like that, but or like a SpaceX now, but yeah, it still looks good. The thumbnail, LMAO. I deserve the thumbs up, man, with the thumbnail though. I definitely deserve it. So guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. What's up, Thrill? What's up, Jay and fam? Crazy day today. Yeah, yeah, it was good. All right, hold on, let me take a look. Okay, Visa. We're gonna take a look at Visa. RM. Yeah. So RM. Let's go through Visa's earnings last week, which it was business as usual, if I'm not mistaken. Net revenue $11.6 billion, up 14% year over year. 13% on constant beat estimates, so 11.38 billion. So that was a top beat right there in net revenue. GAAP net income $5.6 billion, up 7%. GAAP diluted earnings per share $2.97, up 10%. Nice. Non-GAAP net income $6.3 billion, up 8% also as well. Earnings per share, non-GAAP earnings per share up 11%, $3.32. So looks like business as usual. Key drivers, payments volume up 10%. First time exceeding 4 trillion. 4 trillion payments. That's how much people have used their cards. Cross-border positive 13% total, plus 12% excluding intra-Europe processed transactions, positive 10%. It's just other revenue highlights. Service revenue $4.9 billion. So that's a positive 14%. Data processing, look at this. Positive 17%, $6 billion. International transaction revenue. This company, one of the reasons why I also own it is because internationally, this company is just going to continue to expand. I know there's a lot of competition, in payment processing, but Visa, MasterCard, American Express are still going to be the top, and there's, what is it, like 6 billion people in this world, somewhere around there. Everybody is going to continue to evolve with time, and people are going to get cards in the future. And do you think people that have, whatever, they don't have that much money, right? They don't have the millions of dollars or anything like that. Do you think they're going to choose an app, or something, some type of method that might not be as secure, that they might lose their money or something like that, that it will not work well? Or will they go with one of the giants, one of the best ones that have made payments be so secure for decades, which is Visa, MasterCard, and American Express? People are going to go with the secure companies, in those. And I still believe in all three of them. I really like all three of them, honestly. And you can see their growth right here. This just continues to grow. Revenue surge 33 to 34%. Look at this, value added services, data processing, international transaction revenue up 6%. Client incentives up 18%. Let me see. Operating expenses, higher GAAP, positive 19%, non-GAAP, positive 17% also. including 563 million in severance cost and 237 million litigation provision related to the interchange litigation. Okay. But they do have some legal, issues out there, but they'll take care of it. Capital return $6.2 billion in share repurchases and dividends. Nice. Paying back their investors cash and cash equivalents, investment securities, $13.9 billion free cash flow, 6.1 billion for the quarter. Wow. Cards in circulation, 5.2 billion, up 8% year over year. And they're going to continue to issue cards, man. And the more that they continue to issue cards, the more payments there is, the more transactions that are going to happen. That's why, what was it? Yeah, payment volume 4 trillion, because look at these 5.2 billion cards out there. And that somebody's not going to use the card just one time every quarter. They're going to use it over and over and over again. Some people use it at least 2 times a day. I use it, what is it, a couple times a week at least. I use a Visa credit card. So, so that's that. The positive. Broad-based strength across consumer payments, commercial solutions, and money movement. Strong volume and transaction growth also as well. Cross-border supporting network scale. Outperformance in higher margin value added services. Yep. Beat on both revenue and earnings per share. Increased product velocity as a payments hyperscaler. Yeah. Healthy capital returns and balance sheet progress on items such as Class B stock exchange and litigation escrow deposits. Raise full year outlook as well. So, yeah. The negatives: rising client incentives, which partially offset revenue growth. Foreign currency and acquisition impacts created some headwinds. I'm not too worried about that. Stock reaction was muted slightly negative after hours despite the beat. Ongoing legal regulatory risk. That is the only thing that I would say, there's some worry about this, with the litigation, with the legal and regulatory risk, but I'm pretty positive that they will figure things out. You know what I mean? Full year 2026 net revenue growth, low end to low teens. Operating expense growth, yeah. Non-operating expenses, 165 million. Tax rate, net revenue growth, high end to low double digits, yeah. Yeah, I still see Visa, solid company, in my opinion, honestly. What else can, RM, it looks solid. It looks solid. ADP and WM for the list. All right, let me just see real quick. Hi, Jay and everybody. How is it going? What's going on, Lawrence? The question is there something better to buy than McDonald's? And if so, what would it be? Like a better stock? I think that there are some better stocks out there. I would do. I'll probably even do Amazon at current levels, honestly. Do I like McDonald's? I still like it. I still like McDonald's long term. What other ones? What other ones do you guys think? What other stocks do you guys think is an opportunity out there right now better than McDonald's? Even though McDonald's is trading at low valuations right now, 5-year lows. I was just offered, let me see. I was just offered to the Robinhood Visa Gold Card. LOL. Nice, Thrill. I do see a lot of people using that one, from X. I think it has some good percentage, right? In the some good percentage like as a return, from your transactions, I think. Isn't it like 3% or something like that? X. Everyone and their mother is offering credit cards. Yeah. Last thing is another credit card. Yeah, I'm good with mines. Jay, how many credit cards do you have in your wallet right now? So I have the Amazon one, but that one I only use it whenever I buy something from Amazon. I don't use it for anything else. So if I buy something from Amazon, it's because I have the money. Like I'll buy air filters, right? I know I have the money already to buy the air filters for the cars. I buy spark plugs there. I buy I buy mostly things for the car. Whenever I'm gonna do like some maintenance on it, like some regular maintenance. I have that one. I have Amazon. I have the Costco card. That's the one that I use. That one and the Fidelity. Those are the two that I use the most. The Costco card, I use it for groceries and for gas. And then the Fidelity for anything else. I also have the Apple card, but that one I try not to use it that much. Um, because I got that one before I took out the Fidelity. I got four. Yeah, that's what I have. Plus my debit card. So five. Five, including the debit card, which I only use it to take out some money, some cash every once in a while. But the ones that I use the most, that get most of my spending, is the Costco and the Fidelity. Those are the two that I spend the most money on, and I always pay them off. Every couple of weeks I pay them off. So yeah, those are the ones that I have. Yeah. 4 credit cards and 1 debit card. Yes, that's what I have. I don't think I need any more credit cards, honestly. I'm good. You know, I'm good. AMD is crashing. Yes, we were going through those recently, Thrill. We were going through those earnings. We went through them just recently. Let me see. Good time to buy more SoFi. I know it has been running up as of lately, so I don't know, Lawrence. It's at $18 right now. In the past month, hold on. Yeah, this was a nice time to buy right here. I think M bought right here, right, M? You bought some right here in this pullback right here in the $15. But then it has been running up. When they announced earnings, the stock had a pullback, which was this one right here. And then now, since then, it has just been running up, man. Like, it's just, yeah, it has been performing very well as of lately. I'm finally up on my second run on Palantir. Nice, nice thrill. Yeah. Are you taking some gains pretty soon? Or are you planning on holding? McCormick, but MCD is the most on the value company right now, in my opinion. Yeah, McCormick was a good one too. I like that company. What was the ticker symbol? Oh, right here, McCormick Company. I thought I liked this one, right? Didn't we take a look at this one and we liked it? I thought we did. I thought I did. Microsoft was the most on the value below 380, but now I say MKC, MCD, Kroger, and Rollins in that order for me. Nice list though. Yep, somewhere in the mid $15. Wow. And M is already up, man. How you're already up in your position. In SoFi. I'm still holding. I'm not gonna, I have a small position. It's only like 20 something shares. I want to try to build it to like 15 or so. Will we have another pullback? Possibly. Stock has been very volatile. It's still trading like a 2 price to book, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see, the price to sales ratio is at a 5.3. Forward PE is at a 27. Trailing PE at a 37, but this is more of the profit margin is positive right now, 13%. Hopefully continues, the growth continues. Look at this. Look, this is quarter over quarter, and they have been growing their revenue very well. Look at this. Look at this upside momentum right here. Like, it looks good. $1.2 billion in the last quarter. So they have been doing very well. If we switch to the annual, look at this. $4.3 billion in the trailing 12 months. Net income is also 636 million. I like SoFi long term. Anything can happen with the stock though. This is a stock that out of nowhere, he can definitely, he can definitely have a big pullback. But if we take a look right here, let me take a look at the price to book, because this is still a financial company, right? It's still at a 2.1 price to book currently. In March, it was a good time to buy. But yeah, so yeah, at $15 a share is more fairly valued than a 18. Um, but yeah, it all depends on um what your risk tolerance is for this stock, and what's your time frame. Are you trying to just swing trade it for like a year, or for like a couple of weeks, then I don't know what would be the move. But I'm planning on buying now and planning on holding for like 10, maybe 15 years or so. I'm gonna let it ride, see. Could it go down to zero in 10 years? Possibly, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna take my chance. We did, especially with the Unilever acquisition. Oh yeah, RM. I remember that. Let me see. I had sold some BYM and bought IGV as a value play since software was down, and between Palantir and Microsoft, IGV is finally moving up. Yeah. I thought also that IGV will eventually or some software stocks. I don't think all of them are gonna, perform well in the future, but there are some good ones out there. Microsoft and Palantir there. I think ServiceNow is another one that looks good. Let me see. IGB. Yeah. Let me see what other holdings he has. Yeah, so you got Palo Alto Networks, CrowdStrike. It has cybersecurity as well. This company, right? This ETF right here. Microsoft, Palantir, yeah, CrowdStrike, Salesforce, Oracle. Oracle, that's another one. ServiceNow is 4%. I'm not a huge fan of Adobe. Um, AppLovin, I don't know much about AppLovin. I never really looked into it. Fortinet as well, into it. Hypnosis, Take Two Interactive. This is the. Let me see where this company is at, because we spoke about this one before. You guys remember when we spoke about it during the release of Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, it's still down. It's up 50% in the past 5 years. I'm probably going to buy more SoFi soon. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna continue my DCA strategy into SoFi. This week, let me see where Netflix is at. I'm planning on buying half a share of Netflix, and then I'm gonna stop my position right there, I think. Netflix is trading at a 23 trailing PE, 21 forward PE. Year to date is still down 21.5%. I like it at these levels. Look at the revenue growth, steadily growing, $48.3 billion. Net income also $13.6 billion. Operating income, look at this, $14.3 billion as well in the trailing 12 months. So it still looks good. You see, cash debt. Yeah, their debt is $14 billion. They do have $11 billion in free cash flow, so that looks good. Profit margin is at 28%. And with their new AI business, the one that they bought, this should also improve, the profit margin in the future, with the AI software that they're using to do some special effects in the movies and stuff. So that should bring some nice profit margin as well, and operating margin. Also, it should bring it up. Market was so good, I didn't buy anything today. Yeah, there are some days where, where it's okay not to buy, where it's okay just to chill, just to maybe open your account, look at it, smile, get pumped, and then say, you know what? I'm just gonna go order an ice cream and ask them for an extra scoop and some toppings. You know what I mean? Usually we order the one scoop and no toppings because it's too expensive, But today might be one of those days that you're like, you know what? Let me go get the two scoops plus the toppings, And if you feel, if you feel good, just order two toppings. That's the kind of day that we got today. Through my Palantir is up 12% to the green. Let's go, Fast Eddie. I love seeing gains. Whoops, I lied. I did DCA into VYM and VGT. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Two solid ETFs right there. Let me see. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Very, very important. Almost 30 of you guys here, 27 likes. Wow, I really appreciate all the likes. Yep. So to anyone that is just joining in, man, my portfolio is at all-time highs. I had something off in my spreadsheet. I gotta take a look to see what it is because I'm a 43,890 something dollars, somewhere around there. I just shared that. So right here is showing 820. So I know I'm off for some reason. I don't know why am I off. Trying to think. Yeah, so I'm trying to think, why is it that I'm off? Why is it? So I gotta take a look at my account. But I am at 43,000, almost $900. So I'm getting so close to 44K, man. I got $7,500 in unrealized gains. So if I sell my portfolio right now, get $7,500, but of course I'm not gonna do that. Of course I'm not. From this portfolio, I generate over $1,000 in dividends every year. Like, why would I lose that, right? But right now, that equals to 20%. My SCHD, 450 shares. Wow, I'm up 23% now. Let me see. I'm learning when there are green days, it's okay to VOO, SGov, and chill. Great strategy, RM. Yeah, that's not bad. And actually, I was thinking about that earlier, with that SGov. I think I need to start building a cash position in that right there, for the future. Just put maybe like $5-10 every week. Do you guys think that would be a good move, to put $5-10, build a nice cash position, maybe into next year or something like that? I'll do a poll right here. Should I start building SGOF position? To maybe even start a new position, in the future. I don't know. That would be a good pull right there. All right. Basically the same. I bought a little, but I was too green. For me, nice. Is it because the index fund settles at night? Hold your money till September. It's gonna be a red month. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that, and honestly, Fast Eddie, actually, this pump, my portfolio being right here, like I am excited, but I know usually when there's a pump in the stock market, there's a pullback, right after. So could this be pumped? Like a couple more weeks, like another week or two, before we start seeing a pullback. Yes, we can still continue to see all-time highs in our portfolios, in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I am thinking the same. I'm feeling the same way, Fast Eddie, as we get closer and closer to September, as I see the stock market being pumped so much, and continues to grow. S&P 500 reaching all-time highs, which will continue to happen. But I know that usual pullbacks, healthy pullback, I think it might happen in the month of September, which it will be a good, possibly a good time to buy, right? But, yeah, I think I need to start building a cash position, even though right now what I'm buying, I still see it as an opportunity. I'm still buying Meta, which I'm down 6.8%. It's still under $600. So, I still see it as an opportunity. So I want to spend some money on that. I want to buy more VG properties. I still see it as an opportunity as well. Under $27 a share. I'm down 9% in my position. Netflix, I'm almost done. I just got to buy half a share, and then that's it. I'm down 8.4%. So far I just been DCAing into it. Yeah, Google and Amazon. Maybe I should slow down my buys in Google and Amazon this week and just keep that money in cash. I'll probably do that this week. What do you guys think? I bought S Golf today instead of the stocks ETFs. LOL. I think you have to buy S Golf in full shares. Oh, got it. Okay. No fractionals. I can't wait till September. So then I'm going to have to stop the poll then. Let me see. Let me see. What was the votes? Let me see. Actually, 78% of you guys say yes and 22% say no. Wow. 22% say no. I guess continue to DCA. All right, let me just go right here and keep on with the comments. Can't wait till September from Danny. Yeah. You have a nice cash position, Danny? Are you building one already or do you have one built already? Let me know there in the chat. Jay, with S Golf, buy at the beginning of the month will save you some money down the line when you buy. The price goes back to $100, 40 cents at the beginning of every month. Oh, got it. You see, that's something good to know. Sometimes the best thing you can do is nothing. I agree, Finanzas con Estilo. I agree. Yeah, we don't always need to buy. I have to agree 100%. Sometimes it is okay to just chill. Yeah, it's okay to just go grab an ice cream, go grab a milkshake, or a bottle of water, whatever makes you happy. I don't try to time the market, but sometimes I will take a day or two to see what sorts out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think, I think building a cash position and just wait for the right opportunity is okay. I think, you cannot go with the mentality of, well, I'm going to time the very bottom, in September. Like you cannot go with that mentality. But you can say, hey, I'm going to build a cash position, wait until September and see if there's an opportunity. If there's an opportunity, I'll DCA into it slowly, buying the stock that I want at the price that I want. If September comes and you don't see an opportunity in what you want, then it's also okay to just wait, to sit down and wait. I don't see anything wrong with that. You know what I mean? So let's see. Jay, my Magic 8 Ball said SpaceX will be below $75 by mid to late September. Wow. And they said, oh, sooner. What do you guys think? Do you guys think SpaceX will be below $75 by mid September? That's another poll. Hold on. Will SpaceX be below $75 by in September? I'm gonna put it in September, sometime in September. Yeah. Yes or no? That's gonna be another poll right there. Let's see. Let's see how many people vote right there. But man, yeah, $75 by mid-September, mid to late September. There's gonna be a lot of volatility though, because those the insider investor shares are gonna be able to be sold on Thursday, right? I think it is. I think it's Thursday. So if that does happen, there will definitely be some volatility. I don't think the share price is gonna be where it's at today. I think there will be volatility, like crazy volatility. We have midterms in November. I can see a slowdown prior, then an early Santa Claus rally into year end from home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It might happen. Yeah, we are in midterms also as well. Yeah, I forgot about that for a second. So anything can happen. We might see a bullish September also as well. Fascinating. My average was 26. And when I got to around 200, I sold all, bought back in the average 153. If it gets to 200, I'll trim the highest price share to bring my share price down. Which one are you talking about? Let me see. Are you guys talking about Palantir? Oh, yeah, Palantir. I think you guys are talking about Andrew's True. Nice. Anders True. Question, guys. I'm 25 and prioritizing more dividends and live off dividends. Should I add more SCHD and more into my dividend stocks or go in with growth stocks, ETFs? What you guys thoughts? Want to live off dividends. So Danny doesn't want to live off the 4% rule. That's a very good detail right there. You want to live off dividends. Um, at your age, I think, right? None of this is financial advice. That might be another poll. I think I like to do another poll with that one. But at Danny's age, you know what? I'm not against, and I know a lot of investors are against this, right? But I'm not against building a small SCHD position in your portfolio. I don't know what your stocks or ETFs are or where they are at. I'll definitely build a solid foundation first, some growth in there, higher in growth, meaning higher in the S&P or VGT or SCHG or the ETF of your choice. Like I'll give you a couple of examples of, I will still keep an SCHD like a nice small percentage of the portfolio. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially now in days where you could buy fractional shares. You could do a nice three combo ETF, just to build a nice foundation in the portfolio. Then later on, you could build, or you could buy some stocks, later on. But I think I will start with like a solid year of building a foundation in the portfolio. You know, I think that's what I will do. Build a if I was 25 years old, build a nice foundation, S&P with you know, maybe a VGT or a SHG or something like that, and then a small percentage if is SHD. Something like that. I think that's something that just to start. A good year, maybe 2 years. You know, before you start looking into stocks, just build a solid foundation that it's not gonna be very volatile, right? You're gonna sleep well at night, and it's also gonna give you confidence because one of the things that happened with me, Danny, is I continue to invest is the more money I have into ETFs because the more and more I'm learning, the more and more confident I am investing into stocks. You know, I don't know if it makes sense. To you what I'm saying, but because I know that I have a certain amount in ETFs, in the S&P, in my 401k. I have a nice amount in SCHG also in my Roth. I do have some SCHD in my Roth as well too. That's why I feel confident being down 30% in my Bitcoin, and see where it goes. That's why I feel confident investing in some of these other companies, and as I continue to learn more and more about investing, and how to research stocks with Meta, Amazon, Google. Those are companies that I really like long term. Kenny, they all have a pullback, a crazy pullback, yes, but having a good solid foundation, S&P, you know, something growth, and then also some percentage in SCHD, 10-15%, of the portfolio. I think that sounds good. You know, a good 40% S&P or 50% S&P, 40% BGT, SHG, something similar to that, SMH, XLK, I think, something like that you believe in, and then 10% SHD. I think that's a solid portfolio, something that will keep you sleeping well at night, you know. And yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think I will do. 2 solid years of doing that, and then after that I'll look into one stock, you know and don't look, one other thing that I will tell you, Danny, don't look into 3, 4, 5 different stocks and start investing in them. um I would just start with one, and feel comfortable investing in that one, and then from there you could go to the next one. uh but it also, yeah, so that's what I will do if I was 25. in starting. Not financial advice. Just remember that. Just remember that. None of the picks that I said, I just gave you examples. Uh, but I think something like that I will do. And then later on, you can rebalance it. You can rebalance it in the future, Danny. You know, if it grows very well by the time you're 40, then you could go ahead and start rebalancing, maybe taking some gains from VGT, SCHD, you know, like funds similar to those, VOO, you know, take some gains, buy something higher dividend. You know, by then maybe there will be some different ETFs that will pay monthly, you know, without very high expense ratios. You just never know, right? You know, but I don't think investing in SHD in the 20s, I don't think it's a bad idea as long as you keep it a small percentage, I think. You know what I mean? Because you still get some of that compound, you know, over time. And I don't know what your salary is. And I know people say, no, but you got to pay taxes and this and that. Well, I don't know if your salary is over $100,000 or something like that, you know, but if you're like in the you know, mid 5 digits, you know, salary, yeah, you pay some taxes, but it's not gonna be like crazy. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, so it all depends also as well where you live, all that. But I would just keep it a small percentage. I believe 900 million SpaceX shares can be released on Thursday. Yeah, I read. That's gonna be the good time to take a look at SpaceX and see. But I will also wait a little bit more for the volatility to kind of like, okay, calm down. You know what I mean? I think SpaceX goes below $20. Will be a meme stock, maybe 5, 10 years. It'll be more predictable. Home advantage. That's a good opinion, honestly. At 25, I would personally not have done heavy dividends. Maybe some SHD and SHY for long term. Yeah. Wow, home. Even I am not the negative on SpaceX. Oh my god. Oh man, that was a good one, Anders. I appreciate you, Danny. That's a great question, Danny. I'm 32 and I'm in the same boat. I'm doing what Jace is saying. Look into core and satellite portfolios. Yeah, very good point. You know, what's his name? That does the core and satellite videos. I forgot. Jake, I think is his name, but I forgot the name of his channel. What Jay is saying. Yeah. Jay, SGov is not for money you need or will use at any time. If you take your money out in the middle of the week, you will not collect interest for the money. Oh, got it, got it. I will definitely look or on the dividend growth investing more than what I am doing at 56. Yeah. Yeah, it all depends on your age, your time horizon, and your plan for the future. My Palantir is cost average 144, but I don't have a lot of it. The first time I had 115 shares with the average price of $16. When it hit 45, I sold enough to get my original money back out of it. Wow. Is it kept going up? I sold off little bits and pieces to buy other stocks. When I sold the last of it, I think it was around $180 a share. Wow, that was a lot of nice gains though, Fast Eddie. Eddie, my share count is very small, 58. My current holdings is 8+ shares, but it's in my brokerage account. My first round was in my Roth account. Oh, nice. What's your opinion on FXAIX? The greatest dishwasher. So I've seen you here in the channel a couple of times. So I hold FXAIX. You see it right here. I got 8.5 shares. I haven't invested any in a while, honestly. But I like this index fund. You know, I think it's great. Expense ratio is half of VOO. The only downside to it is that you can only sell it at the end of the day, right? But if you are holding it in a portfolio where you are thinking retirement, or you're thinking, let's say you start FXAIX now, you're 20 something years old, and you're planning on starting to rebalance your portfolio and maybe live off dividends, you know, and you want to sell it like in your 50s or something like that, that's a perfect index fund. Why? Because you don't pay that much in the expense ratio. It's only 0.015%, somewhere around there, like $1.50 for every $10,000 every year. Yeah, something like that. So do I like it? Yes. I don't invest in it right now. The greatest dishwasher, because I have a lot of money in the S&P in my 401k already, and it's still collecting, every year, every week. I just continue buying more and more because some of my paycheck goes straight into the 401k, which buys the S&P. And I have a significant position there. And that's why I have stopped investing in it here um, for the channel. But I think it's a solid, solid, solid. If it's not my top, it's one of my tops. I would say FXAIX and VOO have to be my top two S&P 500 funds, and can't go wrong with either one. That's how I feel. Not financial advice, of course, because I'm not a financial advisor. But to me, let's say if I didn't have the 401k, let's say I didn't have the 401k in my Roth IRA, and I only had this portfolio, FXAIX will be my top position right here. No doubt. Like it will just be my top position. Then my second one will be SCHD. But I will have a lot more of the money in FXAIX. Um, but yeah, but as a good foundation in a portfolio, and same thing that I said before, I don't have anything against owning the total stock market. I think that's still an ETF, a good solid ETF. I don't think you need to hold both. A total stock market like a VTI and a VOO. I think you can do one or the other. And then just build it up so you can have a nice large position. Build it up faster, and you'll get motivated by seeing accumulation of shares. In your portfolio. But I will go more with the S&P. I think I'd rather own the top 500 companies in the US, and I want to stay, or concentrated on those because, the S&P has performed very well. And I think, that's what I will do myself. I told my brother-in-law uh, to do VOO, which I got to catch up with him to make sure, to see how is he doing. But I told him, to start something S&P fund. I gave him a few. I gave him FXAIX, I gave him VOO, and I think I gave him SPYMO, something like that, SPMO, something like that, right? The S&P fund. As a solid foundation, I told him just start with that. You know what I mean? Don't look to the sides. Don't look anywhere. Just start with those. Build a solid foundation. And he started earlier this year, so probably sometime next year I'll have a talk with him, and I'm like, hey, how's the portfolio doing and all that. And then I'll tell him, hey, look, there's since you now have a solid foundation, I have this other pick for you. You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna give him ETFs. Same thing as my kids. My kids are just gonna do ETFs, unless they get very good at it and they learn and they like it. They like researching stocks and researching companies, that they can go ahead and invest in some of the companies, and we could talk about it, but yeah, not financial advice, guys, just remember. But I like FXAIX. I think it's a solid index fund. Just remember that when you buy it at the end of the day. You could put the purchase 10 o'clock in the morning. It's not gonna happen until 7 o'clock at night, somewhere around there. So yeah, it happens, after closing hours and stuff. Same thing when you're selling it. And the thing is that if you are buying it now and holding it for like 30 something years or something, S&P usually grows over time, so it should be good long term. Oh, nice idea. Stop buying risky stocks in my Roth. No tax loss harvesting. Yeah. Yeah, I'm keeping it just SCHG and SCHD. I do have something risky, in what is it? A crypto, some Ethereum that I have there, but most of my money is SCHG, though. Like, is it like 60 something, 70% is SCHG in my Roth? Through no tax loss harvesting, but on the other side, no taxes. Yeah. My two big hits were in my Roth account, Palantir and AMD. Nice, man. Those are some nice gains right there. Let me see. So yeah, guys, hold on. Let me see. Hold on, I had a pull right there. Didn't I do the pull real quick? Doo-doo-doo. Let me see. Let me see what's there. So will SpaceX be below $75 in September? Yes. 61% and no 39%. Wow. Wow. How do you guys think that it will be below $75 in September? Have your brother-in-law watched the channel? Be careful giving family advice. He'll love you if the market goes up and hate you if the market goes down. I don't think he does. I don't think so. Honestly, home, you guys support me a whole lot more than anybody near me, than anybody around me, Um, yeah, yeah. Not even family members support me, not even, well, I haven't really told any friends or nothing like that, or, but yeah, so I haven't told many people, honestly, or not many people know that I do this. So really, I don't have anybody close to me that support me. That was one of the other reasons why I went to that was one of the other reasons why home I created this channel, because I wanted people that I could talk about it, because like I was still learning, and I was investing, and I like it. I like investing, but I just didn't have people to talk about it. And that's one of the things that I like about doing the live streams, because I'm using language and I'm talking in terms here about investing that are helping me get more and more educated and familiar with it, with investing. So I pretty much, one of the reasons why I created this channel is to have people to talk about investing, That's like one of my main reasons, honestly. I think that's why I also enjoy it. Like, I didn't make this channel like focus on, hey, I'm gonna become a millionaire, of creating YouTube videos or nothing like that. I mainly created it, and I think that's why I do it every day, and I don't mind doing like the live streams and things like that, to have people to talk about investing. Just because I don't have anyone near me that, or around me, that I can talk about investing. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That's why I think, I'm so motivated every day. I want to come here and talk about it, and things like that, just because of that. But also, hopefully my brother-in-law, he you know, I didn't tell him to sell, definitely I told him 20, 25, 30 years, and I told him very clearly, there will be pullbacks. Just keep DCAing into it. Just keep DCAing into it, you know. We'll see in 25, 30 years, Um, but yeah, the reason why I gave VOO, or S&P, is because the volatility is not as crazy, right? But you can still get used to the small volatility, and then your his portfolio won't go down like crazy. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, he's going down, from $1,000 to like $200, So that's why I was like VOO and chill. You know what I mean? That's it. Just VOO and chill. DCA every week, just put 20, 30, $40. You know what I mean? That's just how it is, for now. Build a solid foundation. Same thing that I told Danny just now is the same thing that I told him. He's also in his 20s. The throw. Jay, are you in South Jersey by Berlin? I don't think so. I don't think I'm close to Berlin. No. But I am South Jersey. I am a bit South Jersey. Not completely south, but I am south. A little bit south. Home advantage thumbs up. They won't support you at first. Then when you are a multimillionaire, they'll call you lucky. That is so true. I've seen that in many videos, man. I've seen that in many, many videos. True home. Yeah. Fast Eddie even says it there. I've seen that from many successful people, and I just drive a 2001 GMC, most people around me most likely have less money than me and they drive newer cars than I do. And some of them, like, uh, some of them, even brag about things. And I stay quiet. I stay quiet, man. That's like, it's such a good feeling. And I don't know if this happens to you guys, but I know people have bragged to me before, about things like cars and things like that. But they are in credit card debt. They owe the car, they are in car payments. And there's nothing wrong with being in car. I don't think there's anything wrong depending on how you worked it out, what kind of deal you got, if you're able to afford it, and if you are a person that takes care of cars, that once you buy that car, it will last you whatever many years, you know what I mean, like 15 years or so, if you take care of them. But yeah, I have people do that, and yeah, it's okay. I'm okay, you know what I mean. uh but yeah, I don't know if I ever become a multimillionaire. I'm okay. I don't need to be a multimillionaire. I just, I just want to live comfortably and be able to have some free time. You know what I mean? Because I want some free time. That's all I want. That's all I want. I'm the poor one in my family. Me, the same. I'm the poor one in my family. Other people, like if we go by new cars and things like that, I am the poor one too as well. And so am I. Have you ever been to the Cake Boss's bakery shop? Yes. I went there years ago, man. Years ago. Yeah. I went there years ago. I took a picture. If I can find it, if I can find the picture, I you know, I'll oh no, but I think I took it with my daughter. But yeah, but it was years ago. I did go there. That's up north, Fast Eddie. That's up north. I've enjoyed my cars, but then I could have retired years ago if it wasn't for cars and bikes. Yeah, man. I know. I could have such a much larger portfolio if I knew about investing, years ago. Spent a lot of money on cars and bars as well as girlfriends. Don't not say it too high. Say it too high, Fasteri. Oh man. Your lady doesn't read that. The car has to match the neighborhood. Yeah, I live in an okay neighborhood, nothing fancy, nothing like that. Bringer of dividends. I'm a broke guy. Yeah, the new Trans Am fight ride in East Dallas. Okay. I invested every overtime dollar I earned for 10 years. Since I worked a lot of mandatory Saturdays. Nice, man. Nice. Era fit. Hey, if you continue doing what you're doing, you will be a multimillionaire. It's just math. Don't sell yourself short. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying not to sell. That's one of the things that I'm trying not to do for sure. Can you get tempted, to see, to see 126% gains in Google, right now? Yeah, it could be very tempting to take $1,700 in gains, you know. Um, even SCHD, $2,800 in unrealized gains. Yeah, like that seems pretty good too. Johnson and Johnson, look at this. $1,000 in gains. I'm up 64%. That's not including the dividends. So Could it get tempted? Yes, but I'm also trying really my best because some of my best performing stocks, I've been buying and holding them and I haven't sold. So like Johnson and Johnson, I could have sold when I had 30% gains, 37% gains, 20 something percent gains, but I didn't. I kept on holding. Now I'm at 64%. So yeah, hopefully, if I do become a multimillionaire, that will be great. Um, because that will help me do the things that I want to do. I enjoy being at home, cooking. I like cooking. I don't mind cooking. Working on the cars, cleaning the cars. I would love to have some more free time so I could get back to playing basketball as well. Because I would love to play basketball once again. I used to love basketball, man. Home. Love it. I used to play almost every day. Even, I used to get out of work, go play basketball, like before I had kids, man. Like it was always have fun. I always have fun playing basketball, always liked it a lot. I would love to also have some time to do that as well. So yeah, so that will help me do that, but I think to become a millionaire also you need to sacrifice some time as well. So um but I just want to live comfortably. I forced my daughter to start a brokerage account, and on the drive to Tennessee, she brought it up that I forced her. Then I told my son to show her his account, and she said, "You are the richest 21-year-old." That's good though, Thrill. I'm gonna have to do the same, with my daughters. I'm gonna have to force them to start a brokerage account, but they're going to. I'll tell you that they're going to. LOL. Eddie, you in New Jersey? No, I think Fast Eddie's in Texas. DFW. Jay, your 44K portfolio, if you invest 1K a month and get 12% ROI, you'll have $4 million in 30 years. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that will be with a nice 12% ROI. Let's see how my holdings do, in the future. But one thing that I do want home is to invest in dividend paying stocks and hopefully, use dividends in the future. Will I change my strategy? Possibly. I've seen people start with dividend stocks and then they change their strategy and start selling shares. And somehow they still live very well. By buying stocks, they sell the shares, and they can live off of it, and continue to invest. I mean, people that do sell shares to live off, but still continue to invest as well, you know. So could I change my strategy later on in the future? Possibly. That could be a big possibility. But yeah. All right. Wow, there's 26 of you guys there. Anybody that haven't hit the thumbs up, let me know, hit the thumbs up right there in the chat. Um the bot part is when you include inflation, that 4 million will be only worth about 2.2 now. I'm good with 2.2, Fast Steady. $2.2 million, right? And if I get, how can I do the calculation, Tim? True Fast Eddie. $2.2 million at a 4% dividend yield or something like that. How much is that in a year, right? Um, how to calculate it? I think it's equals to, hold on, hold on, 2.2. Let's say you do $2.2 million. Or I could probably, you know what? Forgot how to do it, but you know, um, how much dividends from a 2.2 million dollar portfolio with a 4% yield? I'll just Go to Ramsey Solution. They have a free calculator. Oh, I gotta take a look. The drill 88K. Oh, you were faster than Grok. So $88,000. I can do good with $88,000. You know, and most likely I'll have $88,000. That's about $7,300 per month before taxes. Yeah, I could do good with that. With 88K a year. Not bad. That's not bad. 88K, I give me a part-time job or something like that. Yeah, you know. Jay, you need to think bigger, brother. There's so much wealth out there. If they can do it, you can do it. Yeah. That is very true. If there is a lot of wealth out there. I do have to agree with that 100%. Am I gonna continue? Yes. I'm definitely gonna try, to continue, do and be as, I'm gonna try to have as much investments as possible. But yeah, let's see where I go. I'm gonna be honest, guys, like as of lately, and I told you guys earlier in the stream, in the past couple of weeks, I've been feeling very different in a good way. Like I've been having like this ideas of, okay, like I want to, make the channel better. I want to do this and I want to do that. Maybe I even want to have my own business. Like it has been coming to mind as of lately in the past couple of weeks, and I had some good manufacturing experience, and the more and more I learned about manufacturing and things like that, the more and more ideas I get, and I don't know, like I just feel, I've been feeling much, much different as of lately. I don't know what the feeling is. Whenever I figure it out, I'll definitely tell you guys a little bit more about it. But as of lately, I just been feeling much different in a good way, to where I'm thinking more and more about future, and yeah, yeah. I feel like good things are gonna come in the future. You know what I mean? Good things. 3% yield on 2.2 million, 66K a year. Wow, nice, man. That's still good. That's still very good. Fast Eddie, remember to add in your social security and your wife's social security. Yeah, that is so true as well. Yeah, because you have the social security, plus that. Yeah, that's good. And make sure you move out of New Jersey, brother. The taxes are killing you. Yes. So, yeah, yeah. I'm thinking the same. I want to move somewhere warmer, so that is gonna be hopefully maybe the plan in the future. But I don't know yet. I do like New Jersey though. I do like being here in New Jersey, but yeah, that is true. Taxes are like crazy here, man. And I like other places. I really do. I like going to Florida a lot. I like going to Puerto Rico as well. So yeah, let's see. Eddie for sure. Yeah. If you do a 74% savings rate, you can retire in 7 years. Yeah. If I could save up, oh my God. If I could save up like most of my paycheck every week and have both jobs, oh my God, man. Like I can, yeah, I can definitely build a very good portfolio, man. I just have so much expenses. It's crazy. It is crazy, man. My expenses, let me see. Social Security will be lunch money by then from a home advantage. NJ is probably the best state, in my opinion, but the taxes kills it. Yeah. That is the only problem. But I do like it. I do like New Jersey, honestly. There's a lot of places here that I like. But yeah, the taxes are a lot. But I don't know. Maybe in the future I'll earn enough where taxes won't be too much. I also need to find a CPA. Like M mentioned in yesterday's live stream. I need to learn more about taxes and see if there's things that I can do, to do better with taxes. So it's something I need to work on, and I need to find someone to help me. So yeah, which is in the future, um, for me to look into for sure. Let me see. Yeah, I think we spoke well about, stock market today. Portfolios at all-time highs. I'm good. Tomorrow, we're on a live stream tomorrow. So don't forget to subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Um, so you can get notified for sure. Turn on notifications, hit the thumbs up as well. Buy real estate. You will help you with taxes. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I have it in mind, but oh man, like yeah. Long-term retirement planning. Yes, Lawrence, I agree. Offset your W2 income. Yeah. So yeah, guys. Yeah, I think this is it for today, but tomorrow I'll be doing a live stream once again. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Let me see who's announcing earnings tomorrow. So tomorrow we got Disney. We could go through Disney's earnings. I'm trolling. I'm trolling. Um, Let me see. Mercado Libre. I like Mercado Libre. Oh, Realty Income. Hold on. You guys said that Main Street Capital also announced earnings. When did they announce earnings? Let me see. I'm checking. When did Main Street Capital announce earnings? Not in New Jersey. Property taxes are crazy. Yeah, they are. True. I will stay away from New Jersey. Not landlord friendly. Yeah. So yeah, Realty Income announces earnings tomorrow. Let's see. All right, guys. I think yeah, this is gonna be it for tonight. There's a bunch of you guys, man. The streams are getting better and better. I don't know about you guys, but I think I've been enjoying them more than you guys. Because I've been having fun, man. For some reason I'm still doing 2-hour live streams. Like, this is crazy, man. Main on Thursday, I think. Oh, okay, got it. So then we need to check them out. But I definitely been enjoying the conversations with you guys. I'm hoping I never stop. Have a good one, guys. Yep. See you through. I'm, definitely want to continue doing these live streams. I really enjoy them. I do have to make a couple more videos to definitely be able to have videos for everybody. I have to go back to doing shorts as well, hopefully pretty soon. Um, so yeah, so I gotta do that. So yeah, let me not stretch it anymore. So we can all go to sleep. Thumbs up. Red right there. Yep. Salute. So thumbs up, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Turn on notifications. If you want to follow me on X also as well, don't forget to follow me on X. It's right there. The screen. I need to make a video tomorrow. I'm gonna watch yours, Anders. So be on the lookout for a comment from me in your video. So yeah, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And yeah, like I always say, guys, I hope you enjoy this one. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, guys.